Death is an inevitable consequence of life. Everyone can agree on that. However, a lot of people tend to disagree about what happens after death. The most common beliefs about what happens after we die is that we either go to some type of spiritual plane of existence, we get reincarnated, or we simply cease to exist. In this video, I'll try to talk about some more unique theories other than those. I've also watched other videos that cover a topic similar to this to ensure I do not repeat any theories they already explained. This theory takes a scenario that the entire universe could just be one brain in a single being. If this is true, that would make our solar system and the other solar systems just brain cells, which would make us pretty useless in comparison. So, what happens when we die in this scenario? Well, take what happens with our dead cells. Our body excretes them. So according to this theory, when we die, our consciousness would be used up and the universe would just push us out wherever. I'm sure you probably heard of the idea of nothing being real except for you. Like the entire universe and everyone around you only exists inside of your head. Since you will only ever experience things from your own point of view, you can never actually know if anyone else is actually real or not. So if it were true that you were the only thing that actually ever existed, and the entire universe only existed in your mind, then this would mean that once you die, literally everything in the entire universe, and just everything that you know, would completely disappear. This is probably another thing I'm sure most of you have thought of before. Deja vu is a fairly common phenomenon that we have all experienced, but what if this feeling indicated that you have actually witnessed that moment before? What if you witnessed your entire life before? This theory essentially states that when you die, you just live your whole life over again. It's not necessarily reincarnation because it's not a new life, it's just the same life you just lived over and over. It could be possible that everything always plays out exactly the same each time, or maybe each time you'll get new opportunities and be able to make different choices. Another variation on this is that we would only keep on repeating a specific part of our life. So for example, you might just be repeatedly living from year 30 to 40, then it would reset back to 30 again, so you'd never actually get to that point of death. There are a few variations on this theory too. One is that for whatever reason, your real body is being preserved, and during the time it's being preserved, you're put in a dreamlike state. This dream could last for years, and it would be like what you think is life. So once we die here in this dream, then we'd wake up and our real consciousness would take over. For all you know, you might not even be human. Another variation of this is that our consciousness could just be the dream of a higher being. It could be possible that some other being creates us in their dreams, and once we die, their dream ends and they wake up. Next time they fall asleep, they create another consciousness through their dream. I'm sure that almost all of you have at least heard the mention of the simulation theory. This states that everything we are experiencing isn't actually real, but rather it's just a computer simulation we are living in. If this were true, then the possibilities of what could happen after our death are endless. It'd really just be up to the programmer. He might reprogram us as a different person in a different time or place, or maybe some type of afterlife would be part of the simulation. Or maybe when we die, the simulation ends and whoever is running it just stops experimenting with it. What makes this a little more scary than it already is that the simulation could have literally started at any point and can literally end at any point. If this were true, then one day, without any warning at all, everything we know could just disappear. This theory is sort of an extension onto the simulation theory. This one ponders the possibility that we might already be dead, which is confusing since we are experiencing things right now. The way this would be possible is if our life, or the period of time that we lived in, was under review, so a simulation would be running during this time period, which would in a way reanimate our consciousness just so whoever is running the simulation can observe what is happening. The simulation could be running in the year of 3000, but it's only reviewing the time period of 2016. After the simulation, we die again, and possibly come back if the simulation was ever run again. A lot of these theories are pretty bizarre and improbable since they don't really have much proof. If anything, a lot of these just seem like speculations rather than possibilities that should actually be taken too seriously. Nonetheless, it was still interesting to hear about some of these ideas. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the flip side. Hey guys, before the video ends, I just want to drop in there that some of you guys were asking if I had an Instagram account, which I didn't, but just recently I resurrected my old Instagram account, so if you want to, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm EricW484, the link will be in the description. Anyways, thanks for watching.